All right, this is week 11, multiplying and dividing fractions. Here's some examples that you'll see on your homework. First one, multiply. Write your answer as a fraction in simplest form. So we have 4 over 35 times 10. Now 10 as a fraction is 10 wholes, so 10 over 1. Remember, we want to simplify first. We can't simplify 4 and 35. We can't simplify 10 and 1. We can look across. 4 and 1 cannot be simplified. 10 and 35. Divide both of those by 5. So cross those out. 10 divided by 5 is 2. 35 divided by 5 is 7. 4 times 2 is 8. 7 times 1 is 7. 8 sevenths is in simplest form. It's an improper fraction, but it's still simplest form. Next one, multiply. Write your answer as a fraction in simplest form. 3 over 10 is simplified. 7 over 8 is simplified. 3 and 8 cannot be simplified. 7 and 10 cannot be simplified. We only look at numerator versus denominator. So 3 times 7 is 21. 8 times 10 is 80. Since we couldn't simplify first, we can't simplify this either. We can check. They're not even, so we can't divide by 2, 4, 6, 8. We could divide this by 3, but 80 cannot be divided by 3. We know that because the divisibility rule, 8 plus 0 is 8, and 8 is not divisible by 3. 3, multiply. Write your answer as a fraction in simplest form. Look for things that we can simplify. Ooh, we got a 5 on top and a 5 on the bottom. We can divide both those by 5. We have 2 2's on top, but neither of these are even, so we can't do that. Okay, so 2 times 2 times 1 is 4. 7 times 9 times 1 is 63. So 4 over 63. Again, we know we can't simplify it. We should check. 4 is even. 63 is odd, so we can't divide by 2, 4, 6, 8, any of those. We can't divide that by 3. That's it. Number 4, multiply. Answer with a mixed number in the simplest form. So now I cannot leave it as an improper fraction like I did here. Okay, 1 and 7/8. So going back to last week, 1 and 7/8 is an improper fraction. Is 8 times 1 plus 7. 8 times 1 is 8 plus 7 is 15. So I'm going to write it over here, 15/8. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2 is 14. Keep the denominator the same, 14/3. Okay, let's see if we can simplify first. 15 and 3, we can divide both those by 3. That leaves us with 5, 1. 14 and 8 are both even, so we can divide both those by 2. That gives you 7 and 4. That's it. So 5 times 7 is 35. 4 times 1 is 4. So my answer is 35/4 as an improper fraction. So let's see how many 4's fit into 35. Almost 9, not quite. 8. 8 times 4 is 32. I have a remainder of 3. So my answer is 8 with a remainder of 3 out of 4. So my answer is 8 and 3/4. Okay. Let's move on. Number 9. No, number 5. 6 times 3 and 3/8. Answer with a mixed number in simplest form. 6 is the same as 6 over 1. 3 and 3/8. 3 times 8 is 24. Plus 3 is 27/8. I could multiply straight across and then simplify, but I like to simplify first. Keep it small. 6 times 27 is a big number. Let's get it smaller than that. 6 and 8 are both even, so divide both of those by 2. So that leaves you with 3 and 4. Okay, so now I'm doing 3 times 27. A little bit easier. 3 times 27 is 81. And I know that because 3 times 25 is 75. 3 times 2 more is 6, so 75 plus 6, 81. 81 over 4. Oops, sorry. 81 over 4. So now we need to see how many 4's fit into 81. 4 goes into 8 2 times with no left over. 4 goes into 1 no times. So I have a remainder of 1. 1 out of 4. So my answer is 20. And that makes sense, because 6 times 3 is 18, so it's got to be a little bit bigger than 18. Number 6 is a story problem. just going along with multiplication, we're just gonna do multiplying. At a certain school, 2/5 of the students are boys. Today, 2/3 of the boys brought their lunch. What fraction of the students are boys who brought their lunch today? So we know it's gonna be less than 2/5 and less than 2/3. So I wanna figure out what 2/3 of 2/5 is. We've talked a lot about this. Of means multiply. 2/3 times 2/5. You cannot simplify anything. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 5 is 15. So the answer is 4/15 are boys who brought their lunch. Pretty small fraction. Okay, number 7, we would find the reciprocal of the number before. We want to find the reciprocal of 2 and the reciprocal of 5, 6. Remember, reciprocal means you multiply 2 numbers together to get 1. So 5, 6 times something is going to give you 1. So to do this, we flip these two. So the answer is 6 over 5. Because 5 times 6 is 30. 6 times 5 is 30. 30 over 30 is 1. So we flip them. We can't just flip a 2. 2 we've already said is the same as 2 over 1. So the reciprocal of that is 1/2. 1 over 2. Flip it. Okay, divide. Write your answer in simplest form. 6 is the same as 6 over 1. Remember our rules. Keep it, change it, flip it. Keep, change, flip. Change it to multiplication, flip it to its reciprocal. Try to simplify first. We can't. Your answer is 6 times 3 is 18. Fifths. It does not say we need to write it as a mixed number, so we can leave it like that. We're good there. Okay, number 9. Divide, write your answer in simplest form. Okay, again, keep it, 9/16. Change it to multiplication, flip it to its reciprocal. Keep, change, flip. Try to simplify. 9 and 7 cannot be simplified. 10 and 16 we can divide by 2. Becomes 8, that becomes 5. Now 9 times 5 is 45. 8 times 7 is 56. We should be able to simplify that because we simplified as far as we could here. 45 over 56, can't divide odd, even, we can check. That's simplified. Okay, divide. Write your answer as a fraction or a mixed number in simplest form. 6 3/5 divided by 3. We can't keep, change, flip until we have 2 fractions or improper fractions. We can't keep it as a mixed number. Okay, so 5 times 6 is 30 plus 3 is 33 over 5 divided by 3 over 1. Take your time to do that step. Now let's keep, change, flip. So now, we can simplify 33 and 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 is divisible by 3, so we can divide that by 3, which is 11. That becomes a 1. Now it's super simple. 11 times 1 is 11. 5 times 1 is 5. 11/5 is my answer. It does want it as a mixed number. Okay, right now that's an improper fraction, so we got to figure out. 5 goes into 11 2 times. The remainder of 1, so my answer is 2. 1/5. Then we got to see if that makes sense. This is close to 6, that's close to 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Super close to that. All right, just a couple more. Number 11, divide, write your answer as a fraction or a mixed number in the simplest form. Again, let's first turn them both to improper fractions. 5 times 6 is 30, plus 1 is 31 over 6. We're going to have 5/9. Okay, so now we keep, we change, we flip. Keep, change, flip. Simplify, 31 and 5 cannot be simplified. 9 and 6, divide both these by 3. Gives you 3, that gives you 2. 31 times 3 is 93. 2 times 5 is 10. I like dividing by 10. It's super simple. Remember what we have to do divided by 10? I don't think we've talked about this yet. All you gotta do is move the fraction over 1 spot. We'll work this out. 10 goes into 93 9 times. 9 times 10 is 30. 90. Subtract. So my answer is 9 and 3 out of 10. Okay, last problem. A bag of rare spice weighs 3/4 of a pound, will be split equally among 36 people. So each person, how much spice will each person get? So it's gonna be a super small number. 3/4 of a pound divided by 36 people, it's gonna be way less than a pound. If you do this backwards, you're gonna get a big number. We don't want a big number here. We wanna see 3/4 divided by 36, or 36 over 1. Not 36 divided by 3/4. 3/4 divided among these 36 people. Okay, so we keep it, we change it, we flip it. Then we try to simplify. A numerator and a denominator, not two denominators. A numerator and a denominator, divide both those by 3, gets you 12. Now it's easy, 1 times 1 is 1. 4 times 12, 4 dozens is 48. So my answer is 1/48 of a pound. We want to make sure that makes sense. Doesn't make sense to have 1/48 of a pound. Well, it's really rare, you're not going to get much. All right, so that's your answer. So that's how we do multiplying and dividing fractions. Hope this helps. Thanks.